Well, good morning. I'm Jason, and welcome back to the morning ritual for guitar growth. The first thing you're going to notice, other than the guitar in my hand and the happy picking on my hat, is correct. This is the metronome, and it is working at 60 beats per minute, and we are just ripping it up right now. We are just tearing it apart. We're going to start with the A, which is in tune, A440, and I'm starting here with a really nice octave. I just want to get the guitar sort of in tune. I'm starting with a good solid quality breath and a good solid posture. And if you stick around to the end of this morning's ritual, you will find that we are going to continue our explorations into the CAGED system. So about 1 hour from now, we should be in pretty good shape to wrap it up for the day with our warm-up. We might run a little light on the timing today. But we shall see. I'm just getting through the tuning first. Tuning super important and super helpful if we want to play in tune and tune our ears. Some unorthodoxy there, but let's go ahead and start. We'll say we're close enough to being in tune. We'll start with fingers 3 and 4, and we're using frets. We're inserting a fret. You know what we're doing. Welcome to the morning ritual for guitar growth, is what I'm trying to say, I suppose. And welcome Kevin, and welcome Mark, welcome Jill, welcome. Let's see, who else might be here today? We are going to just go ahead and run through all of these things and just be sure that we're not missing anything. And if you want, you could go ahead and look in the video description. In this particular video, you will find a link to the morning ritual for guitar growth PDF binder. You will find that in the link in this video description as we speak. And also, I'm going to continue to use that Pat Pattison link just in case you happen to be interested in songwriting. So if you are interested in songwriting, you'll want to grab that link too. Go ahead and do that, but let's focus on prioritizing the finger warm-ups and the morning ritual while we're here. So we're focusing on a strong back, good solid breath in, good solid work. Nice work today. Yeah, it's hard to believe that sometimes even I get otherwise obligated. And so this morning I'm actually filming this last night. Right now is last night for you. Right now is now for me. But anyway, to make that sort of thing work itself out quickly, we have scheduled a surgery for our doggy Tuckerman this morning, and I couldn't be here live, but I have my phone with my person, and as you might already have figured out, I am live and active I should be anyway. If I'm not right here, I'll be right back. But we're in pretty good hands. If Kevin is here, you know, he's got a blue wrench next to his name. You can say hi to Kevin, and that would be great. You know, Kevin likes to play the guitar, and he's working on fingerstyle guitar. He's working on being a better guitar practitioner. You know, we're all just showing up, and we're all just being here, sort of just growing a little bit every day with the guitar. Just simple stuff, you know, nothing too stressful. I've been waiting a whole lifetime to get to this point where I can enjoy the guitar every day, and finally I have arrived at that place. And I'll tell you what, it's really easy to think maybe tomorrow I'll enjoy it thoroughly. Or maybe with the next note that passes, I will enjoy this thoroughly. But I'll tell you what, it's so important to take every single thing that we do as if it were a performance, as if it were bought and paid for and funded by the tickets that our audience purchased to place us on that stage. That's right, and you know, even deeper than that, you know, who are we really playing the guitar for? That's a great question. I play my guitar in the mornings, and I just sit down and I wonder, you know, I just like to say, hey, good morning, guitar. And then we have fingers 1 and 3. That's right. Very nice 1 and 3 experience today. We have you know, this Martin D, this Dreadnought, this D X2E. I do have this linked in the video, as well as the metronome and the tuning fork, the A440 tuning fork that I use. I also have linked in the you know, it's an affiliate link, but if you need any of these things, you are more than welcome to purchase through any of these links. They're not any more expensive, but it, you know, a little bit comes to the channel, and a little bit comes to you know, the retailers, and then a little bit comes to you when it comes to your house, and it helps you to complete your guitar practice, right? So fingers 1 and 4 on 7 and 12, 1 E and a 2, T E and a 4 E and we might get through quite a bit more where I'm not stopping and talking every single moment. I'm just keeping this ball moving forward, and I'm hoping that you're enjoying. I'm trying to keep up with Mark, so I want to get to the diagonal patterns by the time Mark's ready to go. And what a nice little spot we found. I do feel a bit like with the lazy Springer Murphy laying down over here, I do feel a little bit like I've found an oasis, like I've found a spot that I wouldn't mind staying in for a period of time, you know. So let's go ahead and, I don't know, maybe we can do some more work here. Let's take a look at fingers 2 and 3 and 4. 3-finger permutations, and we're still busting away on our 3-finger permutations. This is the first of 4 3-finger permutations that we like to do in the morning. So if you're new here, I'm Jason, and this is the morning ritual for guitar growth. I don't yell a whole lot and get all really over the top excited. Sometimes I do, but I try to keep it, you know, nice and even for all of us as we're waking up in the mornings. Just sort of the first things, it's the first touch. We've got our coffees or whatever we do for our morning ritual. You know, we've got our little light turned on with a string pulled, you know, we've got a light bulb burning. We've got maybe maybe some hot tea steeping or steaming, and you can smell the lemon and ginger. Or maybe you're drinking some British tea, maybe, some Tetley. Some Tetley, the British rounds with the milk and sugar in it. Maybe you're doing something a little different. Maybe you're starting off the day and you realize you're drinking something and you could be making some better choices in your life. Shoot. So 1 E and a 2 E and a, you know what to do. Yeah, well, fingers 1 and 2 and 3 on 10, 11, and 12. That's right. And I'm just really enjoying the sound of each tone. I can hear myself breathe. I can feel the good posture. I can feel the good breath. I can feel the good picking, sequencing. I can feel all of this stuff happening, and I'm really enjoying the feel of all of this. And I hope this is working well for you today too. So we're on fingers 1 and 2 and 3, and after this we'll go ahead and transition over to 1 and 2 and 4, and then we'll come back to 1 and 3 and 4. So I don't want to give it all away, but what is that song? Give it away, give it away, give it away now. Get away, get away. Red Hot Chili Peppers tune. Man, Blood Sugar Sex Magic. What a great album that was. Just so much great music out there. Just so much great stuff. And then with the advent, with the internet, with YouTube especially, I really enjoy YouTube as my platform of my sort of my home base. Let's do fingers 1 and 2 and 4, 9, 10, and 12, 2 and T and 4 and 1 and 2 and T and 1 E and a 2 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a T E and a 4 E and a. You'll notice that I have finger 4, finger 2, finger 1, 1, 2, T, 4. So every time around, we have a different finger playing, taking lead on each different string. So use a little forearm motion to help regulate the tone. And here we go with fingers 1 and 3 and 4, same thing. This time we're going to do that same sort of accent so that we can familiarize ourselves with, distributing power across the strings via the fret hand. 1, 2, 4. Oh, that's right. I got a note the other day from through the website that Sky said he's usually, Sky is usually here even though he doesn't comment. Sky might not comment all the time. So Sky animates, I don't know if he or she, but I'm assuming a lot. And that's okay, because sometimes we assume things, and sometimes that's how decisions get made. Just the way it is, nothing I can do about it. Well, I guess there's something I could do about it. I guess I could not assume. But what is that which we do not assume? I assume that we all have a genuine goodwill toward one another. So assuming that, under that assumption, I think that policy vindicates me from any wrongdoing. So here we go. 1E and a 2E and a TE and a 4E and a... Murphy's over here laying down. Very comfortable, very comfortable. And we're starting right away. We're right here into the old 1, 2, 3, 4 finger warm-ups. And this is just going so incredibly well. Now, to be honest, you don't have to be honest here in the live chat. You don't have to be honest at all. Just, I'm asking you to look within yourself and answer for yourself. How much time do you give yourself to spend alone with your guitar? Just you and your guitar. Me and my guitar, always in the same mood. I am mostly flesh and bones and he is mostly wood. Never does grow impatient with the changes I don't know, Lord. But if he doesn't go to heaven, I don't want to go, son. Oh yeah, what a great performer. Mr. Tony, right? The late great Mr. Tony Rice, just playing those tones. Jill's probably here. Jill's likely here. And I hope you guys all are sending prayers for Tuckerman this morning. You know, our dog is under surgery this morning, and would love to have those prayers. I'm sure of it. Okay, we've made it. So the first thing we're going to do now that we've made it this far is let's go ahead and take a moment to observe. Let's observe a nice little stretch, you know. Let's go see what that feels like. So let's do this today. It's the straight elbow, straight back, and so let's go ahead and do the opposite here. So 1, 2, T, E, and a Bo, E, and a 2. Good boy, Murph. He's looking at what I'm doing. 4, and 3, E, and a 2, and a T, E, and a 4, E, and a 4. He's wondering who I'm talking to. 3, and a ba. And then here, let's go ahead. T, E, and a Bo, E, and a measure 2, 2. Come on, Murph. 3, E, and a 4. 3 E and a 2 E and a T E and a Fo E and a Fo E and a 2. Hey Murph. T E and a good boy. Good boy. Yeah, you're a good dog. You're a good dog. Yes, you are. Good boy. Hey Murphy. Important to say hi to the ones you love. 1 E and a 2. T E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2. T E and a Fo E. And don't get caught sending your whole life to the guitar. Do you know what I mean? You want to be in service of something larger. We've got to love the ones around us. We really do. And there's a Tim O'Brien. I don't know if you've heard Tim O'Brien, but there's a Tim O'Brien song that is so good. And you'll never guess the name of it. That's right. It's called More Love. That's right. Before we carry on with our morning live stream right here, I think I'm going to teach you the song real quick. take us and hold us and lift us above. If there's ever an answer, it's more love. And he sings it. He's like pitch perfect. You've got to hear this guy sing. If you don't know Tim O'Brien, I would highly recommend you seeking him out and going to give him a good, solid listen. I think that song might be on his record called The Crossing, and you're going to love every second of it. It's a beautiful album, and all right, let's go ahead back into this 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, we're back. Let's roll up the sleeves because we're getting busy now. We're getting busy. Let's get busier, you know? Let's get busier doing less. 1 E and a 2 E and a here you know what's going on. The diagonal pattern, we're framing it up to be like some sort of epic, you know, it's an epic journey, and it's just, you know, it's a rise of one, run of one, or a rise of -1, a rise of -1, you know. So it really is just a very basic, simple, linear pattern, and we move it around this very complicated, multi-dimensional instrument called the guitar. Let's try to pick this up one, you know, I'm doing 4 attacks per beat. Let's bump this up to 5. T for 5, 1, 2, 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 T for 5. Just to break up the patterning. Murphy's running over to the door here. Yeah, you know, AC/DC always sounds a little bit different when it's breaking the beat into a grouping, a subdivision of 5. That's always a little different. So let's go ahead and take a look at something. We're coming back to CAGED. You know, so that's really what we're doing here. We're coming back to revisit CAGED in a much more super chill, sort of like really basic way that we tried to do yesterday, but you know, it's a little difficult with just 15 minutes left. Do you know what I mean? So I want to take a little bit more time to just continue our warm-up, and then we'll come right back to the CAGED system. We're just working through the pentatonic system. Yeah, that's right. So I'm Jason. I know that if you're here for a reason. Well, let's take a look at this second shape. So it's basically the major pentatonic. Let's do this in, I think, 6 attacks per beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's still 5, right? So popicate, down to 1 to T, 1 to T, 1 to, or 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. There it is. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 There's a lot of stuff going on in 6 here. It's really light, it's really light and lots of movement and lots of fluidity here. And you can jump back and forth between like duple and triple meters with triple. You can do this in all meters, but one, two, 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 one, two. It changes our entire outlook. It really does. So let's take a look at shape number 3. And we'll descend all the way down to position number 1 almost, and then come all the way back up so we get this nice exercise. It's really great to be able to play the guitar when there's no other noise around, and you can really, it remains sensitive. All of the dynamic range is there because you don't have any noise sort of drawing away from the full dynamic range of the guitar. It's such a beautiful thing to just be able to practice on your own. It's such a great, it's a gift. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, down to here we go. Position shape number 4. Oh yeah, Mr. Mangan, Kurt sent me a little message this morning. The strings are on the way, you know what I mean? So this is going to be a really exciting thing. I really love, boutique quality strings. These small enough to just do the really great things that, a discerning player might want to check. Maybe you want to hear what round core strings sound and feel like. Maybe you want to hear things that you wouldn't be able to hear because a larger company, we're just rolling out things that work, and so if you have, it's a really great, it's an exciting thing. Just I feel funny that I'm at this place in my life and I still get excited about something as simple as a set of strings. Just really remarkable to still be in that sort of headspace, Good. All right, so what we're doing is we're coming back to, I think we're going to be a little bit light on the the ritualistic part of this thing. I want to start cracking open that caged existence. So I want to work on the C chord here, and then of course the C chord here can be the C chord up here on position number 12. And then let's see that, maybe I can play as if I'm in tune. That's pretty close. And we started yesterday. I wanted to just look at what happens. Remember we talked about chord scale yesterday? You remember that. Yeah, I know you do. I can use every single note of the C major chord scale in the chord scale. Sometimes the notes fall outside of the chord scale. Sometimes they fall inside the chord scale. I'm on frets 1, 0, 0, 12, 2, 1, and 4. You know what I'm doing here. I'm doing 1, open, open, and then I'm using my thumb behind my index finger, tapping, lightly over the string. 2, 1, and then 3. Or 13, 12, 12, 14, 13, and 15. So we can do all of these really cool things if we know, the chord scale. This is all part of the C major chord scale here. I know, it's so cool. It's so far away from what we knew the C to be, right? So I'm thinking, boy, I've got a 5, I've got a root, I've got a 2, I've got a 5, a root, and then a 3. We could place the sharp 4 on the top. If we were Jimmy Page, maybe. Is this still the C major chord scale? Let's check it out. It is. It's still the C major scale, right? Because of course it is. Because we've all known that when you want to walk on down the road. Oh, what is it right here? Yeah. When you just play that A minor, G, and then F, it's that Aeolian or relative minor or natural minor scale, which is related to the C major chord scale. So it's all the chord scale. I might happen to play chords out of it, freeze time a little bit, take a little snapshot, if you will. You hear the shutter button right there. You hear the shutter button going, and sometimes the shutter button's going at, 30 frames a second. So you hear, if you're a sports photographer, right? So we're not really, trying to be sports photographers this morning. We're trying to be, understanding of, okay, here's the C major chord scale. So what are you talking about, Jason? Well, I can talk about this being the C major chord scale. This is also the C major chord scale, even though we're using the A chord, right? It's the A chord. But we've converted it into a bar chord, and now it's the C chord. So again, we know that the C chord is part of the C major chord scale. Right, so it's part of the CAGED system as well, right? So I know C is here, the chord scale is here, the A is here. You just saw me play So, I mean, any number of Mr. Lukather or, you know, Michael Jackson guitar lines. That was an alteration of the C major chord scale. Let me just get dialed into 2 D E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1, 2 and a 3 E and a. So what we're trying to do is use this as our, you know, I'm giving directions to my friend. I'm like, hey, I've lived in this location for 30 years. When I'm giving directions to, let's say Craig's coming to town. All right, Craig, when you get to the stop sign, come through the stop sign, take a right where the schoolhouse that they tore down, you know, they tore it down a decade ago, where that schoolhouse used to be. Well, you know, poor Craig doesn't have any idea where the schoolhouse used to be, and you know how that works. We all know how that works, and it's just it's sort of a way that we, you know, share directions around these parts. But we need something a little more solid. We need a sort of a more solid landmark upon which to sort of bridge the gap between the C, the A shape, and the, you know, the G shape. You know, let's say the G shape, you know. I've got a beautiful G shape right here, you know. You can play the G shape over here between, you know, just behind the nut. Can't really move those open strings down, but you can kind of. G does not really work everywhere. If you finger pick it, somehow it works better, you know. But it works even better if you can, you know, create a bar chord out of it. G with the last 3 fingers, and then we move, as each one of these fingers moves up 1 fret, so too does each one of, well, this one finger move each one of those open strings up 1 fret. So it's really simple, right? So we're basically taking the G chord, and I'm moving from the C chord to the A chord shape, to the G chord shape, to really having the time of my life with this C chord scale, right? See, I can use these shapes because they approach. Oop, that doesn't really work. I have to stay diatonic to the chord scale if I want to make it seem believable that I'm playing within the context of the C major-ish chord scale, right? So you know how that works. As soon as we hear something that's not diatonic, the ears are like, oh, that's not right. So you can rely on your ears to determine whether it's a passing tone. And of course, it's not ever really a mistake unless you deem it as a mistake. What I would prefer to do is get familiar with these scales to the point where I'm only playing things that I'm confident will execute properly. And then we have the E position chord, right? So So here's the E position chord, and that's how I remember how to get back there, is because I had the C here, I had the A chord here, I had the G shape sort of here, and I memorized the chord scale of that area. And then I also memorized the chord scale of that area, all of the inversions thereof, you know, all of that goodness. I'm just trying to just locate all of those tones. Not trying to be too stressful about it, but here are a couple of different variations on that chord scale. You can be in position number 9 with a first finger stretch, Jill's kickstand. You can get a couple of squeaky notes here and there if you're lucky, and then I'm pretty lucky most of the time, fortunately for me. I get squeaky notes all the time. And you get these really cool sequences of tones just chasing each other up and down the neck. And of course, those become, you know, they get pretty quick, pretty fast, you know, if you practice them every day, which, you know, I could practice more. And then, so the next one that we're looking at is basically the D chord shape, right? We're taking that D chord shape way up here now onto 10th position. And we're playing that as the C, A, G, E, and then D to finish out our caged system. This is remarkable because right now I can use that D chord shape. All of those things right here I could basically take if I was playing the D chord here like I am here on fret number 10, I would have this is why this nut is becoming a fret. Right, so that works out really well for us. And some of those places where we can provide alterations, as certainly as American guitarists, you can do all kinds of all these that's all part of the D. This is all D right here. You notice that when we start to make mistakes, we start to get tense. And you can watch when there's a flow happening, the breathing remains good. And when we start to stop breathing and start focusing on what we're doing, I think that's sort of, we want to turn that into a mechanical warm-up or practice. And then we talk an awful lot about this year on my channel about warming up and how warm-up is separate from practice. And we move basically from the known. Our warm-ups are known materials. And we start moving into these areas of, practice and wondering about absorbing new things, moving a little bit into the unknown, bringing those things closer to the known so that we need to warm them up and maintain them, and then put into practice all of the things that we've collected into our guitar trick bags. But then our guitar practice ceases to exist when we play, right? So when we play, we want to forget about all of the things. And so that, my friend, is why I'm doing this morning ritual for guitar growth every weekday morning through this whole year of 2025, so that I might find a place that when I play my guitar, that I can find nothingness, that I can find everythingness, that I can find it all at once, all in one little place where I don't have to think, I can just be. And that, my friend, that's the perfect freedom that Mr. Hoffman, the late great Mr. Tom Hoffman, made reference to, something out of nothing. Something out of nothing. And it's a basic philosophical tenet, it's a very basic foundational thing that can go on and on ad infinitum. But I think what we do here as guitar practitioners, we hope to warm up and practice so that one day we might play the guitar. Yeah. So let me go ahead and play the guitar a little bit for you with my just very basic and limited understanding of the CAGED system, right? I'm just going to be as super simple. I'm going to provide myself with compositional limitations so that I can execute perfectly and not really be too concerned at all about thinking, okay? So I hope you enjoy this. And after this happens, I think we're going to knock down for the day and bid you farewell and happy picking and all that stuff. So C Major Chord Scale as it relates to the CAGED system. So this way, we know where all of the notes are. We can find everything. I'm going to start with pentatonic melody. Just something really simple. Do you know what I mean? Super simple, super easy, super approachable. Just playing for keeps, you know? Try to get lost and try to just find your own way. Give yourself a moment to, you know, make mistakes. Maybe if you made a mistake, it wasn't really a mistake. It was just learning or something like that, but they're all joyful. They're all joyful little noises, and I hope that you find your own path. You continue finding your own path. Just having some fun. That's it. And that's all for me today. And I thank you for being here with me. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Invite your friends. And I'm here every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. for the entire year of 2025. And good Lord willing, of course. And I hope to see you again soon. And until we meet again, I wish you happy picking. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to turn this off and just see what it feels like to play a little guitar without that rolling. Because, once you play the guitar long enough with the metronome, you can kind of keep that metronome in your head. So I'm just going to use a C major chord and a C minor chord, and maybe some F, and then maybe some G. Yeah, feels good even without the metronome. So that's it. Happy picking. We'll see you again tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. And that's it.